Y'all just came from out there, camper. Hey. Y'all come on in, real deal. And happy holiday. Y'all come on in, real deal. And happy holiday. Yeah. Roll call. Let's go. Roll call. All right. Let me put my roll call up here. Roll call. Your name ain't on the roll. I'm marking your absent. Your name not on the roll. I'm gonna mark you absent. Tell your mama, tell your dad, I'm marking your absent. Y'all come on in now. Roll call. Call your name, you don't answer, I'm gonna mark your absent. Tell your mama. What's up, y'all? Shout out to South Africa. Shout out to Caster Semeya'S. Yeah, that's who we gonna talk about today. Shout out to all the real deals. Happy holiday, happy birthday, whatever it is, y'all. Y'all know I'm on vacation. I don't know how to act. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this Olympian runner who had problems with people saying she's a man, but she's a woman. She's really a woman. So we're gonna get into that. You know how women in sports, you know I got a couple women in sports. You know, women has been called men, you know, men, you look like, are you a man or a woman? I had a woman that asked me a stupid question, said, a man or a woman? I just said, you must be. Y'all know how I had that get back. You must be. G. And then she said, now I'm happily married. And I said, well, you would know the difference between me and them. Okay. All right. But we ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna get into that real deal. So this morning we are I'm gonna show y'all a video of a she's an athlete from South Africa. Shout out to people from other countries that visit our channel and other states. I'm gonna put her face up here. This is she right here. Okay, that's Miss Castor, and that's what we're gonna watch today. Okay, so she runs so hard like a man, but she's a woman. But we're gonna get into that. Okay, so because many women are mistaken as male, but she fought it, y'all, in the Olympics. Okay, so I'm gonna put my face right here and put her on the head thing. Hold on, y'all. Let me see how I can do her like. Yeah, that's what she do when she wins. Okay. So we're gonna get into her. So I'm gonna pull her down while I give y'all a little information about her before we get into her. Okay. Okay, her name is Caster Semeya'S. She was born January the 7th, 1991 from South African, and she's a middle distance runner. Okay. Who is the intersex Olympian? Okay. She's in let me put her back up here while or give y'all this information about her. Here we go. Okay. 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 Here we go. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Okay. Who is this female runner right here? She's an Olympian with a high testosterone. Okay. High testosterone. Okay. Semeya'S is hyperandrogenous. Okay. And what that means, meaning she has naturally high level of testosterone and is fighting against new rules introduced in 2019 by track and field governing body world athletes. Okay. So this young lady has really been fighting for this. She says she know who she is and what she is. She just have a high level of testosterone. Okay. And she's a hyper androgynous. Okay. So we're gonna get into her. Okay. In July this year, Semeya'S, I got a video to show you. Semeya'S won an appeal, which she had submitted to the European Court of Human Rights, y'all, to end the testosterone limits. Do you all know that they had this woman? They had this woman running with the who? Men's. Yes, and she had to fight this, to let them know what she was. She knows she's a female. So she said, she said, you are not happy within. You are never happy. It makes you feel sick, nauseous. You have panic attack. It starts creating a little bit of blood clots in your system. This is that hyperandrogenous. Y'all know how to do it, doctors. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's what she said. You don't like the feeling. She said your stomach is like it's burning. You eat a lot. You can't sleep. You sweat a lot each and every day. It's like digging a hole that you can never fill up. She said it's like you measure a casket and you get in and then you bury yourself in it. And if you're a woman going through something like this is sad. And then along with people calling her a man. Okay, but let's look at this video. And I wanted to do her because I felt sorry for her, going through that because, when somebody mistaking you and calling you a man and, you're a woman these days, just tell them what your mama is. Get them back like that or something. It's your mama. But anyway, so here she go right here. She's a mid-distance runner. Okay, she's a mid-distance runner. Me, I'm looking at her. She's supposed to be a transgender woman, but she's a female. Y'all get it? She's a transgender woman, but she's a female. Okay, I can see the female in her. I can see the female. And she's 29 years old, y'all. She's from South African and a two-time women's 800-meter Olympic champion, a three-time 800-meter world champion, and a double Commonwealth game middle distance gold medalist. Okay, that's who she is. Okay, let's go.
South African Olympic athlete Semeya'S lost her legal battle against the track and field's governing body. The Court of Arbitration of Sport upheld the decision to impose a limit on how much testosterone female athletes can have. Those with naturally high levels will have to take medication to suppress their testosterone if they want to compete. Semenya won gold in the 800 meters at the 2016 Olympics in Rio. Rivals claim the 28-year-old has an unfair advantage because of her unusually high testosterone levels. It's believed her intersex condition makes her testosterone naturally high. The International Association of Athletics Federations imposed a testosterone limit for women in some events, and the court upheld that today. So was that a fair ruling, and what will be the implications? Joining me now from Calgary is Kristen Worley. Kristen is a Canadian cyclist who has taken the International Olympic Committee to court and won over their policy on hormone regulation.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all not with me. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all not even with me. Hold on. Let me fix it. I didn't connect y'all. My fault, y'all. My fault. My fault, y'all. I didn't connect y'all. I apologize. I didn't connect y'all. Because I was like, where is everybody? Hold up now. I thought I did. I did. Somebody disconnect y'all. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go. We on here now. Okay, here she go, y'all. It's still in chat. Hold on. Okay. Okay, here go Miss Castor. Semeya'S, okay? She's a female. And
South African Olympic athlete Semeya'S lost her legal battle against the track and field's governing body. The Court of Arbitration of Sport upheld the decision to impose a limit on how much testosterone female athletes can have. Those with naturally high levels will have to take medication to suppress their testosterone if they want to compete. Semenya won gold in the 800 meters at the 2016 Olympics in Rio. Rivals claim the 28-year-old has an unfair advantage because of her unusually high testosterone levels. It's believed her intersex condition makes her testosterone naturally high. The International Association of Athletics Federations imposed a testosterone limit for women in some events, and the court upheld that today. So was that a fair ruling, and what will be the implications? Joining me now from Calgary is Kristen Worley. Kristen is a Canadian cyclist who has taken the International Olympic Committee to court and won over their policy on hormone regulation. And in Portland, medical advisor to the IOC, Joanna Harper. Welcome to you both.
Hi, Carol. Great to hear you.
Okay, great to be with you. Joanna, let me start with you. What's your reaction to the ruling today?
hold on, y'all.
Well,
Hold on for 1 second. I don't see my picture. I probably took her picture off. Hold on for a minute. I don't see nothing wrong with it. That's what she is. That's what she is. You know. Let me do this. Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay. Now we're gonna put her back. Okay. Here we go, y'all.
You know, it's a complicated case, but it's important to understand that athletes with XYDSDs, such as Semenya, have testes, they have male levels of circulating testosterone levels, and hence male-like athletic advantage. It's a difficult decision, but I think that in order to be fair to Canadian athletes like Melissa Bishop, I think that this was the correct decision.
Okay, Kristen Worley.
It's very disappointing when
That's her right there, y'all.
it's very disappointing what has happened. I think what we were able to show, Carol, in Toronto, we actually brought scientific research, proper scientific research from top experts from around the world. There are experts in microbiology and in neurosciences to be able to bring forward the issues that I've dealt with as an athlete and the impacts to my physiology as a transition athlete. The policies that are currently out there and have transpired over 2 decades from the IOC as it relates to transition and athletes participating who are dealing with issues of gender variance or have transitioned in their lives. The science has never been done by the IOC, and we've shown that in our case in Toronto, which led them to issues of human rights violations.
Let me ask you this, Dr. Harper. Why is testosterone level the best way of determining whether someone is male or female?
Well, it doesn't actually determine whether someone is male or female. That's, in fact, a very complicated question. However, if we break it down into one small part of being male or female, i.e., what sporting category you compete in, testosterone is the primary reason that male athletes outperform female athletes, and one of Semenya's own experts said precisely those words. So that is why testosterone is the best measure that we have in 2019.
Okay. Kristen, what's your response to that?
Well, Carol, what we found out, and what you're actually comparing apples to oranges. When you're talking about, we as a society tend to put male and female into boxes, and we're looking for that simple solution. So the sporting community, the Olympic movement has, we parallel that of society and not looking at the variances of our human physiology, which we all share. So the issue in terms of what we're talking about as the IOC has created this umbrella, in terms of the identities between male and female, you're actually comparing apples to oranges. So when you're bringing it into a discussion around testosterone, the female physiology's primary hormone is not testosterone; it's human growth hormone. The secondary hormone for XX chromosome individuals is testosterone, whereas in somebody who has XY chromosome, his primary hormone is solely testosterone because of reproductive reasons. So when you reduce the hormone levels, quote unquote, is what the IOC has been suggesting, and at the IF to a level, somebody who has XY chromosome to the level of somebody who has XY is greatly impacted because of the decrease in function. It's like as you lose gas in your car, your car starts to lose functionality. So very much like we have in sport, there is an XY chromosome individual that's called hypogonadism, and the World Anti-Doping Agency has policy that clearly understands that there is regulated doping control for males who have lost levels of testosterone, because what happens is they become unwell over a period of time. So the IOC and the World Anti-Doping Agency already know this. So it's already in the anti-doping code
So you're saying, because I think a lot of people might get lost in the terminology, you're saying that being forced to take to suppress your testosterone is actually reducing your functionality, so it makes you a worse athlete.
Right. So somebody who is a male phenotype or XY chromosome, for the purpose of our discussion, the primary hormone is testosterone. So you're actually, by deleting that hormone, you're making that person unwell over a period of time. Or somebody who is XX chromosome, the issue is that the impact of losing testosterone doesn't have the same effect.
Okay, what do you say to that, Joanne? What do you say to that? That this ruling will actually make people unwell?
The standard medical therapy for intersex people who have the same conditions that Semenya has and have a female gender identity is to lower testosterone precisely as was done, as mandated by the IAAF for intersex athletes. So this standard medical therapy is exactly what has been prescribed here, and so I don't see a problem with it.
Kristen?
Well, we know, Carol.
Tell us your experience. What happened to you because you had to take this?
Well, that's right, Carol, and I think that what's really important here is that what happens is the issue is that when you go through a transition, your body loses the ability to generate hormones because you lose the gonadal function. So that would be the testicles or the ovaries, depending on the sex of the body. So the body no longer can drive molecular function in the human physiology. So over time, somebody who either lowers the testosterone or loses the ability to generate testosterone as a primary hormone, certain aspects of the functionality of your body starts to decrease and even stop functioning. So the biggest part of the issue here, which is done at an individual level, which we can't even talk about testosterone because first of all, the IOC and the IF don't understand the basic physiology between the sexes, but more importantly, the issue is that this has to be done at an individual level because it's not based on male or female, it's based on three functions: DNA, chromosomes, and the individual's ability of the person's body to be able to, it's called receptors, the ability to receive that hormone. It's all done on a very individual level, not on an umbrella as the IOC is suggesting.
Joanne, let's take this from another tack. What do you think the future in sport would be for women generally if this ruling were not allowed to stand, if it was reversed?
I think it would be very unfortunate for women's sport in general. I think that one of the biggest advances for women in the last 100 years has been the advent of women's sports. And I think that it is paramount that we have women succeeding in sport at the professional elite level. And I think that had this ruling gone the other way, I think it would have been detrimental to those very important goals.
How would it have been detrimental?
Because, as I say, I think it's important to allow women to succeed, and if we don't have a proper method of separating male athletes from female athletes, then we jeopardize that goal.
And how would it?
Okay, so we're gonna get to the athlete and let y'all hear her speak. Okay, she's a transgender, but she is a female. Okay. Here she go. Caster Semenya.
Is tying up, but here comes Semenya lumbering along to come into second place there. Semenya running for gold now in front of Saba and Bishop and Wambui, but she's left the others in her wake. And Caster Semenya is going to do what most people thought she would do in the 800, and she runs away and wins it brilliantly. There's been a lot written about her, a lot stands on the victory dais at the Olympic Games.
She a female, y'all.
Born in a rural village in 1991, about 60 kilometers from Polokwane. Until the age of 11, 12, your first love was not athletics, it was soccer. Obviously I started soccer at the age of 4. At that time, I started as a striker. And then they realized that they can utilize me in the middle field. And they saw that I'm too strong, my feet in defense. And then I moved to left back. I was basically more of a winger. Now, 11 and 12, athletics. From Monday to Friday, you walk after school from your rural village about 10 kilometers to train, another 10 kilometers back home. Yeah, that's correct. Obviously, where we're coming from, we lack facilities. So, for me, if I have to match myself with the best, I have to walk about 10 kilometers. Obviously, in life, there are sacrifices. For me, playing in the grounds and training for athletics, then that's where I knew, okay, I have to choose one path, which is athletics, where I see future. So, yeah. 2008, your first big international event, the Commonwealth Games, the youth tournament, to win the final. Obviously, that comes from the experience I had in the World Juniors, because in that particular year, I qualified for World Juniors. I was still young. I had no experience. But as long as I remember, we had like a world lead of 154. So, I'm still a youth. I'm running about 208. Then I'm like, my opponents are running like almost 10 seconds as fast as I am. So then, obviously, I had a little bit of a fight. I didn't have a good championship. And then moving to Commonwealth Games, India, it was a different level, because then I told myself, being knocked out in the heat, I have to make a final in the Commonwealth Games, because those guys are in the same age as me. So then, obviously, when I won a heat, it was up against Kenyans. Then I won a heat, that gave me a boost, say, okay, maybe I can do it. And then winning that, obviously, is something that, always changed for the rest of my life. Because that was the beginning. 2009.
Meet Bob, the modern HR platform for modern business. Bob is
Okay, let me pick up something else. I think she got her own show too, y'all. Her own she went through a lot. I feel so sorry for her, because they kept telling her she was a man and she knows she a woman. Hold on, y'all. Let me come back to y'all. Hold on. Let me come here. There you go.
In 2009, 18-year-old world champion athlete Caster Semenya found herself at the center of one of the most intrusive media firestorms in sport.
The way you were born is the way you were born.
With that comes rumors. I heard one that you were born a man.
Unbelievable. I was at the dinner table, my editor said, this is wrong, Dad. The next morning I said, right, this is wrong.
If Caster believes she's female, she's female. There's no scientific test in the world that can turn that aside.
A world champion suddenly suspended from competition. Her career lay in ruins.
I don't give a shit about athletics anymore, so yeah. So running or not running is the same story, so yeah, for me.
Over the next few months, this shy teenager gave us unprecedented access during the most testing period of her life, as she fought to run again. It reveals a human story behind the international tabloid headlines. August the 19th, 2009 was a pivotal day in the life of young athlete Caster Semenya.
World Championship 800 meter final. This is a true world-class field, and there's one very dominant athlete in the shape of Caster Semenya. According to coach, he just told me straight, that word he knows, just point them the ball to come there. But Semenya is away and gone, looked behind, has got the gold medal sewn up in the bag.
Caster was just 18 years.
Let me she up to date. Let me see. She got a show. I wanted y'all to see. Yeah, this right here is 1 month ago, y'all. This one right here. Women in sports is very important because they always, looking at women different than they do men. Give us a hard time. But she had to go through a lot of testing, and she can't help. She just got strong testosterone. Whatever they call it. I grew up. There she go. Look at her. With the key in my pocketbook. Let me get it out.
All right. I'm joined now by the two-time Olympic champion, three-time world champion. Get that world championship bronze medal in 1500.
You're not going.
Mr. Semenya, thanks for joining me here in New York City. How you like it?
Okay. Kind of like let it warm up a little bit. Hold up for a minute, y'all. It's because she knows she's a female. I see what she's saying.
awareness of telling that part, right? I think that is maybe the part of the book that, for a lot of people, that's, oh, this is the first time we're hearing it.
Of course.
2019, the testing beforehand in South Africa, and then the testing in Berlin, and just like the level of detail that you go in about it. Can you describe to me, I guess, the process of putting that to paper and writing that? What feelings were you feeling at that in that moment?
I think it was a healing process because you're reliving the memories, and I wanted to see if I was feeling pain or anything. Funny enough, I did not, because for me, if you're a messenger, you are here to send a strong message to the world. So I'll say, if you know Jesus' story, I'll put myself in his space. You understand? I'll say, I am the sacrifice to the young upcoming generation. So if not me, who? You understand? I always ask those questions. And when I went through the process, I was like, hey, this was funny, because I remember, going there, taking the blood, and then being examined and all those things. I'm like, but this is just a normal procedure that
I can see the female in her.
it's just there. I was young. You understand? It was not really my concern. I just had no choice because of I went there with desperation. You understand? And I cannot say that I was hurt because of that. No, no, no. The only thing that was in my mind was for me to get into that final. It was not about how I've been treated. How I've been treated is nothing. I'm a human. Anybody can be treated like that. You understand? You can deal with that later on. You understand? And when we write in this book, I'm like, I'm explaining, and then people will be emotional, but for me, come on, it's just one act that I'll say it's like I'm an actress. I'm like Tom Cruise. I'm like those Queen Latifah, Queen Latifahs, and those guys. And for me, it's just those memories. They mean a lot to me because it's my life. It's a part. It's a learning curve to each and every individual to say you must never ever let anyone violate you to that extent. You must not let desperation determine your destiny, determine the final destination. You understand? You should know your rights. Then I did not know my rights. Now I'm teaching people
Hey,
that
Shelly.
you have a right to say no. You understand? You have a right of being. You understand? You should understand your human rights. I think it's very, very important for each and every individual understand that. For me, reliving those moments, I think it's more was a healing process because now I started understanding that, in Berlin, actually, I was not mad. I was only mad after the situation where I see, people are talking about me. That's the only anger I had. But I had to keep it to myself to say, you know what? They don't know what they say. They don't know what they're talking about. Let me say, stay away from them. Let them talk,
And yeah, I love her, and she had to go through a lot because of her. She had to get tested. This because she have a high level of testosterone, and they kept calling her a man, and she like she said, she knew what she was. She knew she was a female, so they had started her out participating with men, and she's not a man, she's a woman. And she's just like she said, if she wasn't winning, they wouldn't care what she was. She looked like a female to me, but she got a little tomboy in her. But I can see the feminine in her. I can see it in her. But she just got strong high level of testosterone. So she is a female. But I could she know, like she said, she know, like you all tell y'all kids, you know who you are, you know what you are. So don't worry about what nobody say. I like her attitude. I hope everybody listening to her. This is interesting.
myself. The day I want to tell you, I'll tell you. Which is now is the right time. People will understand that, sometimes in life you enjoy a lot of things. So because you sacrifice
Right.
I know in the behind the scenes there were people trying to talk you out of it. Don't run the final. Let's diffuse the situation now. It's only going to get worse. You were insistent. I'm going to run that final.
Of course.
Now I know you're doing a little bit of coaching here and there, and you're so much more educated on the subject matter. If you're the coach and you're dealing with 18-year-old casters that play, you're telling her to run the final.
I'll tell her to run a final. Why? Because there's no one who's going to drag her out of that track. And if that's the case that she needs to do the last dance at the first time, and the last time, I'll advise you to do that because that moment is yours. That moment you own it. That moment you've been working for it. So why letting people to stop you to expressing yourself? Why letting people stopping you to actually celebrate yourself? If it's the last time, if it's the first time and the last time, why not? That's what I've done. I'll still advise one to do that. But the only thing that I can advise them not to do is to go through shame, is to go through what I went through because if you're going to allow people to violate you, I don't know how you're going to handle it because I know it wasn't easy for me to pass through those times. So are you ready to go through that? Can you handle it? Those are going to be the question. But if you think you can handle it, who am I to stop you? You understand? But I can only advise to say, look, it's okay, run and see what will be the outcome. If the outcome says you've been forced to do this and this and that, hormonal therapy, surgery, all those things, say no, rob yourself, believe in yourself, move on, look into other things, adventures, you understand? Do something different, go back to school, be educated, own something, you understand? Those are the things that I can advise a young, Caster Semenya, a young one boy, a young, Francine Yosaba, you understand? A young Emily, you understand? So Seni, you understand? Those are the things that I can say to them, but it's their own decision at the end of the day what they want. If they're ready to enjoy that, it's fine to carry on with it. But if not, I'll advise them to fight for what is right. Yeah.
One of the cool things I love hearing the behind the scenes behind these great races.
Of course.
In the warm up area, you described that you saw the fear in the eyes of your competitors.
Of course.
I know you just in the book you put that to words. It's just one sentence. Can you describe to me what that looked like?
It looked amazing because I was the one who's running the show. I turned left.
That's when you won the race. You're in their head.
That's when, I was all over their heads. I can still remember I saw Usain Bolt at the corner. I saw fear in those men's eyes. Once you hear him, I said, oh, they lost the game. Because how the hell are you going to whine opponent to woman? You understand? And then I go around, I see all these 7 ladies. They're looking at me like, hey, the dog. I have arrived. You understand? And it made me feel good because I was confident. And then I passed through the tent, passed through the Russian tent, passed through the British tent, passed through the Kenyans, passed through Ukrainians. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. You understand? I was there to rule. I belonged and I was there to say, regardless of what. And what I loved about it is that no one could talk to me. Only one lady spoke to me, Marilyn Okoro. We had a small chat. She asked me if I'm good. I said, I'm good. I'm ready to kill it. You understand? She was like, I can see. You understand? That's the sister I respect. You understand? Out of all those
I can see a female in her.
But then later on, you start having, engagement, let alone the Italian, that I didn't have time for her. She didn't have time for me, you understand? But after those years, we're sisters. I can communicate with her. Alisa Kuzma, she said horrible things about me, but I met her last year. We spoke, you understand? Because I don't hold grudges. I know people, they speak out because of anger. They speak out of, desperation. They also want to win. I understand. It's frustrations. But if you're not going to give me respect,
Oh, go girl.
I'm not like you. I make peace easily. So I speak to them. I came across, Chipsco's gay. We're good friends. You understand? I came across Jenny Meadows. We're good friends. The very same Sevenova that, portrayed me as look at her. She didn't call me her. You understand? She's like, oh, you get what I'm saying? I still have that sportsmanship because I was made for a change. I was made to come here and make people realize that humanity is the power. You understand? Sport is for all. It speaks to us with the language that we can understand. And that's me.
Mm.
I took over the greatest, the late Nelson Mandela's. You understand? I have learned about humanity. So for me, that final, that was the beginning. You understand? I was not going to let it to be the beginning and the end. But when my officials told me that maybe you should not run, I said, no freaking way. I'm going to make it to the final. I'm going to walk in there. You're going to put that medal in my neck. You understand? And that's when they realized. That's when they start realizing that, what?
I'm gonna let y'all see some of her running.
Mentality we need.
Let me let y'all see her run, Castro run. She's telling the truth. She hit some. Ooh, oh, girl. You need to talk to these female athletes. Let's see her now, y'all. Well, this her now too 1 month ago, but this is her. This is she right now. That's her right now too. This is another interview. She said, "I grew up and I learned that I'll be fighting for the rest of my life. I wouldn't even worry about what they say about me. She doesn't. She don't. I meant to say. Seems like she tall.
The importance of starting this book by taking us all the way back. Hi, Hamasiko. I don't know Hamasiko. I asked around. I don't know where exactly that is. But yes, the importance of taking us back to the village.
Yeah, I think it's very important for you to understand the parents, to understand where they're going. But I think the most
I
important
can't
thing is
hear.
that understanding the importance of rebellion,
She need to talk into her mic.
of self-love, and how they've groomed you. For me, what you see is what my parents have raised me, and they prepared me so well that even when I face the world, I'll always remain calm and also understand what I stand for and what I want in life, what I want to achieve, and what it is my purpose. My name is Muhadi, the one who guides. So definitely, that's the
So
important
men's.
thing. But
So
the most important thing about
I just want to tell the men something. Let me put it on her. When y'all be,
self-actualization.
let me show her. Let me show. Okay. When y'all guys see Castor, y'all think that's a male, even the way she sound. But her height and her level of testosterone testosterone uh is high. Her high is high. So you go when you see a lot of ladies with mustache and beard and hair on their facial hair, that's their testosterone, guys. So when y'all say, "Oh, you look like a female" or something like that, when people know what they are, they don't have to prove to you what they are. They know what they are. So this is one of her things when a guy see her and she real tall. So when they see her, she wear men's clothes, but still she's a female. Okay. So don't matter what nobody say about you are a female. You know what you are and you know who you are.
But then, if you have a better relationship, with yourself, it makes it easy for you as an individual to live in this world. So yeah.
At the core, really, at the heart of this book is your journey in the way we saw it as outsiders. But you take us behind the scenes. You were 18 when most of us saw you. You were 18 when we saw you at the airport
transition from 9 to 12 to 16. It was massive. I was matured enough to handle everything. Whilst then, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep quiet and just be me because
That's sad.
from a young age, I've been myself, and I love myself. I love my space. So, but then when the noise came in, I had to learn how to just silence it, pause, and have that time with myself. Ask myself if I can do this, if it's really, right or wrong. At the end of the day, as a human being, you must always have that room for disappointment. And for me, being a young child like that, was like, "Oh, okay, I'm used to being, looked, different. I'm used to being talked, about.
Wow.
Media talks about me is good. There's no such thing as a bad publicity. No, there's nothing like that. Because when people talk about you, that means you exist. That means you are alive, you are relevant, and you are the most, important person, in the country. If they don't talk about you, you must know that there's something wrong about you. But when they talk about the difference, it starts, teaching you how to love yourself and
Mm-hmm.
the being you are. Because it's not wrong to be, different. It's good because people will always talk about you, and they will groom you, they will build you. Some will try to destroy you, but if you're going to let the talks, define you, then it becomes a problem. But if you just sit
That's right.
and listen to your heart, feel yourself, and say, you know what, I am Hadi, I'm a woman, I'm fast, I know I'm different, I know my looks, stuff that. It's okay. I look at the mirror every day, I look at myself, I love what I see there, I love what reflects there.
That's right.
I do not, take it serious when people say, she's like a man. I know, man, how I look like, I know how I talk, I know who am I, you understand? And that, it can build an individual. That's why when I'm 30, 32, I decided, you know what, I think I'm ready, to share my story. I'm ready, to talk about my experience.
She needs to.
Talk about when I felt I'm in a good space and I'm not. You understand? People need to understand that it's okay to be different.
How do you reconcile the fact that for 15 years of your life, your body was being picked apart, scrutinized in public, in particular corridors and halls? When you are stepping on the field track, there are murmurs, and it's about, again, what you look like. And you're a person who's confident. You grew up in a family, Jenny's parents, you grew up in a family where you really own your space. You really own your space. And you come out into the world, and here's the thing that's happened. It didn't happen during that period. You continued for well over 15 years of your life.
Now, what I loved about the situation was like people forget they all have bodies. People forget that they all have differences. And people forget that we study biology. And people forget that we all have the kind of body parts that are different in this world. But if you don't embrace your body, if you don't embrace yourself, it becomes a problem. For me, I'm happy that my gender or everything about me was publicized, because if it wasn't, you can never be that positive out there and live your life. You understand? And it teaches us as humans to say, look, I need to explore myself. I need to understand myself in a level where no one can. You understand? I don't need to. Of course, it's good. I loved it because I always loved, to go out there, teach people about, people with differences. Because people tend to mock you, people tend to judge you, criticize you. They don't understand,
That's
the
good.
importance of being different. You understand? For me, I always say I'm not a mistake. I was born for a reason. God created me for a reason to be the change. And I am the change because, of course, and you here to guide. You understand? And if you're going to mock someone because of their looks, what about you?
That's right.
Because say when in 2009 I was
And y'all, she's saying some good stuff. I'm very proud of her as a young lady who been picked down all her life. And like she said, you marking someone Suppose someone marks you. How would you feel if somebody mark you? And if she know, long as she knows who she is, and her coming up, this girl right here fought for who she is, who she was, and who she is. She knew she was Casta Semenya. She knew who she was, and she grew up knowing who she was. She fought for who she was. She got disappointed of who she was, but it didn't change nothing. And so see, when I was coming up, it was like women in sports. They didn't even want women to do sports, y'all. And I did my paper when I was in college. I did a paper on women in sports because they always trying to do different, different rich, differentiate us. I must say that word right, but they always want to seem like a woman couldn't do this, a woman couldn't do that, sports, a woman could do that. Now women have changed everything. So with Casta Semenya, this girl right here, I got to give it to her. I got to give it to her. Who is this calling me? Yeah, I have to give it to her. She's been through a lot. She been through a lot. I'm gonna skip it just a little bit, y'all. I really wanted y'all to see her run, but I really want to hear her speak too, because she's saying some stuff that a lot of young girls need to, you know, teach you how to love yourself. You know, no matter who you are, what you look like, or what, love yourself. And like she told that lady right there, people can talk about you. People talk about me. I don't care. I know I'm a female. Why would you ask me something like that? What are you? If you was a female, you'll know a female from a female.
That's how badly we want to hear from you. But you speak so much about how all of these things affect the parents. Earlier you spoke about how athletics is and any athletic sport, I imagine, must consider the parents who see headlines when these things are unfolding. Just your reflections on the impact on your family of your journey.
No, it was tough to be honest because now they are parents. They're worried about their young girl. Like they're asking me, "Are you fine?" I'm saying, "I'm fine." Yeah, but the cuisine, nah, it's not really. She's not really the person that. Yeah, it's like ushapu gisha. But it's darkness. You understand? But at the end of the day, what I would say is that I appreciate what they've done for me. They allowed me to be in my own space.
That's right.
Happiness comes first. And they gave me that support that I needed. Just told them, like, guys, if you just step away a little bit, allow me to handle this on my own. Because I don't want anyone to distract me. At the end of the day, I know that it's hard for you. It's hard for you to see me, on newspaper every day, these headlines on TV and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you need to consider my feelings. If I don't want anyone, I don't want the angles, I don't want anyone near me.
I'm gonna see how tall she is, y'all. Let me see how tall is she. She look like she about like 6'7". How tall is Castor Semenya?
Castor Semenya is 5 feet 10 inches
That's
tall.
all. She look like she taller than 5'10". Wow. She's look taller than 5'10".
Believe it if I'm saying I'm fine. But it affected them a lot. But when they saw me coming okay, engaging with them, coming home, doing everything with them, the activities, they were like, oh, maybe she's fine. Maybe she's fine. But yeah, but like I said, I appreciate, what they've done for me, the support that they gave me, allowing me just to be me. For me, I think that's the moments that I can cherish for the rest of my life.
That's right.
It is Pride Month. I love the fact that this is going to be a major Pride Month. Your book takes us into your relationship, Violet. And it's a beautiful thing where here you are saying to us, this is my best friend. This is where I'm at. Just the thoughts around the importance of owning that space
No, I think as individuals, we always sometimes the wrong cycles. People tend to think they own your space. They tend to forget that there is professionalism, as you mentioned, coaches and athletes and stuff like that. They wanna, take charge of your life, and they don't realize that you only met because of work. You only met because of you're an athlete and a coach. You understand? And me and Violet, our relationship is one of those things that I always mention that if you know the movie of love and basketball, yeah, it's like that.
I like her attitude.
Cut between the two. They've tried, I had to end relationships, with the best coaches and be like my man, here, I'm here to run till the cows come and that's all. Oh, well. So if you're gonna come and, try to tell me how to live my life, it's going to be a problem. If my
That's
parents
right. Be who
don't
you
tell
are.
me to do that, who are you to tell me to do that? You understand? I respect you. I come, I pay for training. So why are you coming in between when I cut my letter?
And how is parenting for you guys?
Parenting is beautiful, man.
I got you.
Oh, why must it?
Let's get back
Why
to
such a lot?
hey,
That's
that's not
a lot.
fine.
Boy,
The energy they need.
parenting is not why? Because of you get yourself there. You can never be a good parent if you say I'm ready to be. You are learning every day. Those kids they make you a good parent because they make you learn each and every day. You learn every day. What they always come and say, you must no. Allow people to enjoy their journey. How you parent your kids is not how we parent my kids. It's different. That's why we always say, it's kind of sure. It's not my dad. It's not anyone. So no, my I love Bishop because of you're going to start telling your so I do Bishop no. I raise my kids based on what I see. Because at the end of the day, kids are not the same. Households are not the same.
Okay, y'all. I wanna thank y'all for watching it. Because she who she thank you, Shirley. Roll call for Miss Shirley. But I wanted to show Caster because there are many females out there who feel low, have low esteem about who they are, and hold on for a minute. I keep hearing it.
What I do,
I don't know why I hear it. Hold on, guys. I don't know why I'm hearing it. I shout out to Shelly. Those who watching, thanks for watching. I just wanna I like this girl, and what happened was I was saying, let me find something for my people to watch. Educational, you know what I mean? But every day throughout our lives, there's somebody talking about someone and how they are, how they look, how they walk. And we all don't look alike, y'all. We're all not going to look alike, okay? We're not going to look alike. We're not going to walk alike. Oh no, I'm looking at my phone and it's not going right. But we're different. We all are different. We look different. We run different. But if she had if Castor wasn't a fast runner, if she would lose it, they wouldn't care what she was, how she looked, who she is. You know what I mean? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see why it's my Wi-Fi acting up. But I like with her energy. I like that she didn't give up. Because they tried to make her give up. At the first video I showed y'all, that guy was a transgender female. But if her test wait, let me get word. Testosterone is on that level, the measurement that they does it in sports, because we talking about sports, then it wouldn't matter, you know. But I want to thank everybody for watching. If you learned something today, love yourself. As long as you know who self is, that's all you need to worry about. Love yourself, like yourself. Folks gonna ask you, if somebody asks you, you're a man or a woman, that is one of the dumbest things if you can't see it. If you don't see it, then you don't know who you are. Don't worry about what nobody else. You worry about yourself. That's one of the main things. But her thing was being competitive. When the men, she would beat men. Now she'll get second place, but they took her out the men. She had to work hard to run with the men. But then she didn't have to run with a man if she a female. You know what I mean? So her management equal up to what she's supposed to be. So that's where it is, and that's how it is, and that's it. So don't worry about love yourself. Don't worry about what nobody say about you, because we're not gonna look alike. And if you don't like somebody, just don't say nothing to them. You know what I mean? I think that's come from home training. Because I wish my children, I would hear any of my grown kids ask somebody, what are you? Ask somebody that. They better not ever do that. They better not treat. I know my daughter wouldn't even let her kids do that. But you don't ask nobody what are they, That's so rude. But y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm about to move on because I'll be back on here. You know me, I'm working all day, babe. I got to get mine. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm out.